In the golden age of Israel, when King David's victory had brought peace to the land, a young prince named Shlomo, was known to the world as Solomon, was chosen to inherit the throne. Though he was born to David and Sheba under complicated circumstances, Yahuah had set him apart for greatness. David, nearing the end of his life, gathered his son Shlomo and spoke words of wisdom, Chokmah. Be strong and show yourself a man. Walk in the ways of Yahuah, your Yahuah, keeping his statutes, commandments, and testimonies, so that you may prosper in all you do. Shlomo listened intently, knowing the weight of the responsibility ahead. After David's death, Shlomo ascended to the throne. Though young and inexperienced, his desire to rule wisely and justly. Early in his reign, Yahuah appeared to him in a dream at Gibeon, saying, "Ask what I shall give you." Shlomo could have asked for riches, long life, or the defeat of his enemies. Instead, he replied, "I am but a child, and I do not know how to carry out my duties. Grant your servant an understanding heart to judge your people and to discern between good and evil." Pleased by Shlomo's humility, Yahuah said, "Because you have asked for Chokmah, wisdom, and not for riches, honor, or the life of your enemies, I will give you a wise and discerning heart, such as no one before you has ever had. And I will also give you what you did not ask for, wealth and honor, so that no king will compare to you all your days." When Shlomo awoke, he knew the dream was real. From that day on, his Chokmah grew beyond measure, and it became the hallmark of his reign. Shlomo's Chokmah was soon tested. 2 women came before him, both claiming to be the mother of the same baby. One woman's child had died in the night, and she had switched the babies while the other one slept. Faced with this dilemma, Shlomo called for a sword. "Cut the living child in 2, he commanded, "and give half to each woman." One woman cried out in anguish, "No! Give her the child, do not kill him." The other woman coldly agreed, "Yeah, let it be neither mine nor hers. Divide it." Shlomo immediately decreed, "Give the child to the first woman, for she is the true mother." News of his judgment spread throughout Israel, and the people marveled at their king's Chokmah. With peace established in the land, Shlomo turned his attention to fulfilling his father's dream, building a temple for Yahuah. For 7 years, he oversaw the construction of a magnificent structure in Jerusalem, using the finest cedar from Lebanon, gold, and precious stones. When the temple was completed, Shlomo led a grand dedication ceremony. As he prayed, he knelt before the altar and spread his hands toward Shamayim, saying, "Will Yahuah indeed dwell on this earth? Even the heavens cannot contain you, much less this house that I have built. But hear the prayers of your servant and your people, Israel, when they pray toward this place." When Shlomo finished praying, fire came down from Shamayim and consumed the burnt offering, and the glory of Yahuah filled the temple. The people fell to their knees, praising Yahuah, saying, "He is good, his steadfast love endures forever." Shlomo's fame spread far beyond Israel. Kings and queens from distant lands came to witness his Chokmah. Among them was the queen of Sheba, who brought gifts of gold, spices, and precious stones. She tested Shlomo with difficult questions, and he answered them all with ease. Overwhelmed, she said, "The report I heard in my own land about your Chokmah and wealth was true, but I did not believe it until I came and saw with my own eyes. Indeed, not even half was told to me." Under Shlomo's rule, Israel reached unparalleled prosperity. Silver was as common as stones, and the nation enjoyed peace on all sides. But even the wisest man is not immune to folly. As Shlomo's power grew, so did his appetite for wealth, horses, and wives, many of whom were foreign princesses. Against Yahuah's commandments, Shlomo allowed his wives to bring their idols into Israel, and his heart was turned away from the Most High. Yahuah appeared to him again, warning that his kingdom would be torn apart after his death because of his unfaithfulness. Yet, for the sake of David, Yahuah promised to preserve a remnant of the kingdom through Shlomo's son. Shlomo's later years were marked by regret. In his writings, particularly Ecclesiastes, he reflected on the fleeting nature of wealth, pleasure, and power, concluding, "Fear Yahuah and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind." Shlomo reigned for 40 years, leaving behind a mixed legacy. He built the temple, wrote proverbs and songs, and demonstrated unparalleled Chokmah. Yet his later actions served as a cautionary tale of the dangers of pride and disobedience. Even so, his life pointed to a greater king and a greater Chokmah, Yahushua, HaMashiach, who would embody perfect Chokmah, righteousness, and obedience to the will of Yahuah. And so the story of Shlomo reminds us that true greatness lies not in wealth or knowledge, but in walking humbly with the Creator, surpasses all understanding.
We'll stay